Um, Now, when it comes to human beings, we are so wired when it comes to we're wired in such a way as to look out for our own best interest, and sometimes idiots go against their own best interest. It's how we fucking survive. But sometimes we go off the rails and we do things that can cause us harm, and it could cause us more harm than good. And yes, I'm talking about the love and affection that some idiots still have for licking Donald Trump's nuts, despite all the harm that he has done to the party and to them. Now, you would think that after losing the House during the time that he was sweating and losing out and losing out on the second term as a squatter, and then before he formally left office, losing the Senate too, all that would be enough for Republicans to look out for their interests and simply ditch the guy. But nope. And you would think that after his needlessly reckless Klan speech on January 6th of 2021, which arguably led to the Capitol riot, um, the Capitol riot insurrection, GOP voters would just throw up their hands and say enough, but that's not what happened. And you might even think that his nonstop refusal to acknowledge that he lost the 2020 election and knowing that it wasn't rigged would be the last straw, but nope. But that has not happened, not yet anyway. Just a few weeks ago, he was at it again, telling a cheering crowd at a conservative political action Klan rally in Orlando, Florida, that he says we did it twice and we'll do it again. Yet he's having another delusional claim of winning the 2020 election, and then adding that we're going to do it again a third time. Technically, Trump, you lost. You did not win a second time, and even if you did, you would not be able to serve a third term, dumbass. And who knows if he really means it. But one thing is certain, Trump can still draw a fucking crowd, I don't see how, but you know. And here's how Amy Walter put it in the Cook Political Report: his Klan rallies continue to attract thousands of inbred sycophants. Drive outside a major trailer home, and you will still see Trump flags and signs dotted in the landscape, which is fucking pathetic. Among Republicans, Trump enjoys a 70% favorable rating, which I still cannot see how, because he failed at everything while he was squatting. Now, what about Trump going forward? It's one thing to get cheers from inbreds at a Klan rally at a CPAC Klan rally, but what about overall Republicans in general? How do they feel about him making another run for the White House in 2024? A CBS YouGov poll taken in January found that 76% of 2020 Trump voters either want him to run for squatter again in 2024, or to fight to be put back in office right now, which he's not going to be. So what's the fascination with Trump anyway? Other than the fact that he's a fat ass and didn't accomplish anything. Now, even now that he's been out of office for more than a year, and some of it, of course, is that a lot of GOP voters simply believe he's better than anyone the Democrats ever will ever put up, which he's really not. And so in a binary election, they'll say, I'll vote for him, even though he's never accomplished anything. But that's what Bill Barr, the former Attorney General, recently told an NBC News in an interview plug in his new book, One Damn Thing After Another. Basically, I have certainly made it clear I don't that he shouldn't be the nominee, and I'm going to support somebody else for the nomination. This is what Bill Barr said on the Today Show. But because I believe that's the greatest threat to the country is the progressive agenda being pushed by the Democratic Party, he said, it's inconceivable to me that I wouldn't vote for the Republican nominee, even if that nominee is Donald Trump. For me, I would not vote for Donald Trump because he's a fucking idiot. Um, now, Bill Barr writes, um, in his book that when Trump is the issue, Republicans start the campaign in many swing states by writing off 10% of the electorate who otherwise lean Republican. Now let's review this. Donald Trump can cost his party millions of votes from moderates and swing voters, a crucial block that they need to win elections, and yet he's still the darling of the most GOP voters, even though he's a fat ass and he's ugly and stuff like that. So I don't even know why people still have it for him. So why do so many Republican voters act and think in ways that are detrimental to their best interests? Maybe there's more to it than simple politics. Maybe there's a psychological aspect to the ongoing romance between Trump and his committed acolytes, the ones who aren't the least bit ambivalent about how much they adore him. Think about it this way. We are all human. After all, we're not fucking robots. We don't always color inside the lines because coloring outside the lines makes us feel, well, independent. But it's a way to be rebellious. Voting for Trump is the political version of coloring outside the lines. Donald Trump stands for something important to his most loyal sycophants, the ones who are truly committed to him. Um, the only reason why he's important is because he's a fucking idiot, just like his supporters are. They may not believe, as he claims to believe, that he's a stable genius, because he's really not. They may not they may not even be they may not even believe that he's stable, because he's unstable, just like they are. But they believe something important about him nonetheless. That he's standing up to all these snooty Democratic elites who condescendingly believe that they're better than the Haitis who live in the flyover country, and they eat at chain restaurants and fly the flag on the 4th of July. But never underestimate the power or the raw satisfaction of getting even, of setting the score with smug sophisticates um, who think that they're better than ordinary Americans, and that's why Donald Trump is so popular, because he's an idiot. And even after all the harm he has done to his party, and even though he, more than anyone else, may be responsible for the progressive agenda that Biden is pursuing, Trump, after all, is why Biden is president. Sure, some Republicans hold their nose and vote for him, but that's not how the committed see him. They would gladly make room on Mount Rushmore to put Donald Trump's ugly ass face, which he would not be on there anyway. And if you're wondering, I mean this literally. Never mind that he's a wrecking ball that has given his political foes one gift after another, the House, the Senate, the presidency. Trump's sycophants stick by him nonetheless, and none of his abrasiveness matters to them. If anything, that's another reason why they suck his dick. The way they see it, supporting Donald Trump doesn't go against their own best interest. Supporting him is fundamental to their best interest. He makes alienated Americans feel something very important to them, and that they matter, which he doesn't care about them anyway. So Trump sycophants don't matter to Trump anyway, and that's why if he decides to run again in 2024, he'll almost certainly get the GOP nomination. And if he loses again to some Democrat, he can always claim the election was stolen again, and that he'll have plenty of admirers who will gladly suck his dick again over this. As I say, don't ever underestimate the power of getting even, the power of settling scores with anyone who thinks they're better than you, and that's something that unstable genius figured out a long time ago and may so figure out again. So if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King, and you can also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out. And if you want to support my work even further, you could donate to my Patreon link, which you can find on the About section of YouTube to help further better the channel. So yeah.